Hello everybody, it's Ryno,
Katrina,
and Tyler,
and we are here in outer space.
Ooh, I can breathe in space.
Just kidding, it's Epcot. I know, you fell for it. You fell for it, there's the ball. Boo! No, I pointed way off. Boo! Anyway, we are here. The Festival of the Holidays is going on, if you could not tell, by Katrina's ensemble. And we are here. I am both hungry and stressed. I believe Tyler is stressed as well. So it seems like the great time. It feels like the holidays. That's how it feels when you're stressed.
That's true.
So we are here to try some festive offerings. I, for one, am looking forward to the eggnog beer that was offered last year at the Festival of the Holidays. And I wasn't sure if they had it this year, but there are these handy dandy... That was very anticlimactic. Books that you can get, the Festival of the Holidays books. Katrina, where did you get that?
I got them at one of the booths, actually. I just walked up and grabbed one because it's right there where you pay at one of the food booths.
They're kind of all over the place, so,
yeah,
it's easy to find them. You can find them at the merchandise locations. You can find them here at the booths and even at the front of the park. So
my recommendation is that you grab one when you come in first, maybe, and then gather yourself and look at the list of offerings to go, because if this holds true this year as it did in years past, the offerings are a little bit larger than food and wine, and they're more of like quick service offerings almost. So, but before we even get down into that business over there, I am an annual pass holder, you're an annual pass holder, you're an annual pass holder. We have got to go get our annual pass holder magnets, but these two cheated and already got it before I got here.
I'm not going to show you yet, though. You'll have to wait until we go grab them.
So I am going to go get my goofy magnet with the snowflakes. So come along, let's have some holiday cheer.
Yay!
La 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 la, I'm starving. I got the magnet. So I'm really happy it's Goofy, because it's been a lot of Mickeys. Like, it was Mickey at Food and Wine, it was Mickey last year for the holidays. Don't get me wrong, he's cool, but my man is Goofy. And so I like this one. But super easy, just go into Maskers, they scan your annual pass, but remember, you gotta do it on the first trip, otherwise they'll be like, you're trying to steal one of these. And you'll be like, no, I'm not. And they'll be like, yes, you are. And then, who knows, a Christmas brawl will ensue.
And then you get kicked out.
Yeah, so I am ready. This is kicking off my holiday season. I'm gonna rest it right here upon my bosom. I'm just kidding.
One more.
The medal isn't in today. So, we are gonna go in, and I guess we're gonna, who's going first? We don't know. Oh, Katrina, okay, we know, I guess. So, all right, so we're gonna get in there. Where are we going, Katrina?
The Festival of the Three Kings.
Okay, let's head to the Festival of the Three Kings. She said the wrong name. Nobody's correcting.
I know. Feast of the Three Kings. My apologies.
She wants to have a festival with them. A festival for the restivals.
They seem like great people.
All right, so Tyler and Katrina here have ordered the entire menu from Feast.
Almost the entire menu.
Almost. Well, what's great for you, Katrina, is there was a lot of gluten-free options, right?
Oh, pretty much everything was gluten-free except for the cookies, so...
That's why we ended up coming here.
Yeah.
But a lot of these things look great, honestly. You've got some cheese-filled arepas. How much?
So this is the cheese-filled arepa. So this is queso fresco stuffed arepa topped with shrimp, crushed avocado, ají, and tomato sauce, which was...
Tuna in there?
I don't know, it's AJI, so I would assume there was like a...
Oh, I was thinking ají tuna.
Like, I know, that's what I thought.
Yeah, I guess that would be...
I don't know. I didn't want to mispronounce it. But
oh my
this
gosh.
Not only that, there are crows above us. It's like an Alfred Hitchcock movie over here.
$5.75 for this.
$5.75 for that. I'm gonna get a little bite of shrimp.
A little shrimp. Got that shrimp off.
A little bite of this.
Very crunchy.
It looks like an interesting combination of things.
Yeah, it really does.
Are the tails on the shrimp?
Oh, no, they're not.
Thank God.
How do you...
I hate when people do that.
This is like very hard, yeah. And then a little bit of this like avocado stuff.
Avocado, it's like avocado salsa, pretty much. Alright. I'm having issues.
I think it's really good. I think my only problem is the actual arepa. The arepa is like really dry. It's just been sitting around for too long. That's really the biggest problem with it. But the flavors are all good. There's a good tomato taste, and then like the creaminess of the avocado.
It's like a tomato bolognese kind of. It has like this like simple light tomato. The shrimp, normal Disney shrimp, but it's delicious. That avocado ahi thing is delicious. If only the arepa was a little like warm and gooey, I think this would have been outstanding.
I think yeah.
But I don't know. But this was so far delicious, and for the price, $5.75. That's a pretty good price for it.
Okay, well, what about
Let's do this one.
What's this?
So this is just an arepa.
With some cheese on top, some queso fresco on top.
And some melted queso fresco for $4.50.
So
you get 2 of those.
So I'm a little bit worried about the arepas that we've just tried. So this
one's
this already feels a lot better, yeah.
So if no one knows what an arepa is, it's like masa, like corn masa.
It's like a corn cake.
Yeah, corn masa. This one
has some cheese on the inside. Oh boy.
Oh yeah.
I should have known that was gonna work.
Right out of the palm, just like a bird. You're becoming one of them, Tyler.
I like this. Salty.
That means I used to be a dinosaur, so I'm okay with that.
It's salty, and then the arepa is so tender, and this is really good. This is delicious.
The arepa is much better on this plate than it was on the other plate for whatever reason.
Reminds me of, so if anybody's been to the Brazil booth for Food and Wine Festival here at Epcot, it pretty much tastes like that cheese ball that they have, but just flattened.
Okay.
All right.
Corn.
All right, well, what about the pastillon?
Pastillon.
It's a sofrito marinated beef with sweet plantains and olives, and that is $5.
I'm gonna go in for a little bite here. Oh boy.
Looks dry.
It does look dry.
It's very sweet.
Look at that piece of meat right there.
Are you talking about me or the...
It's a lot sweeter than I expected, actually. It must be the plantains that's making it so sweet, but
I like that.
I think I need another bite.
It's sweet and salty. It's like my perfect combo. If the cheese on top was a little bit melty, I mean, we also filmed this too, so it kind of like sat out for a little bit. But for $5, that's actually really good.
When I got more beef, the saltiness really came out. But
winner, chicken dinner. All right, let's try a little sippy of this though.
I was gonna say that Eli has made us some homemade pastillon before.
Yeah, I'll be interested.
And that kind of blows that out of the water.
We'll see. We'll be interested to try that one.
Okay, so this is Coquito. Coquito, my bad. Tropical eggnog with Bacardi dark rum floater. This was $9.75.
You can also get it without alcohol.
That's right. Ooh.
Do you like it?
Ooh.
See, now, if you've watched any of our videos, you know that I'm not a big eggnog fan, but this is like a similar eggnog.
It's not. I don't like that they use the description of eggnog for it.
It tastes like really
you've told
rich
us that
horchata.
before too, but
it tastes like rich horchata with rum.
Yeah.
Is that what it is? No?
It's condensed milk.
Okay. Yeah. It doesn't taste like eggnog at all. It's actually it actually is really good. It's like
really good.
It's like alcoholic horchata with like a little bit of frozen stuff in there. They put a little bit of frozenness in there. It's pretty good.
All right, dessert time. Tres leches rice pudding with pumpkin seeds. This was $4.25. Ooh, yum. I like that. I like all of this. This is like great.
Oh wow.
The pumpkin seeds are sweet. Has like they're nice, like toasted and like coated with sugar.
Really cinnamon.
And then the pudding is rich, cinnamony, and like slightly sweet, but not oversweet.
It reminds me like if you get like yogurt with granola, like at I don't know Starbucks or whatever.
Okay.
That's what it tastes like to me. I think there's some hits and some misses here, but let's have Ryno have a try.
All right, I'm gonna start with the pastillon because like Tyler said, Eli does make this, and it's really good, but he doesn't make it with olives. There's olives in this one. So sofrito marinated beef with sweet olives and with sweet plantains and olives. Oh, and I dumped it all over this book. I feel like when Eli does it, it's not quite as sweet as this. Like these plantains taste like they weren't super ripe. Like they just took them right away. Like he does it when they're like really ripe. So it definitely has that kind of lasagna flavor profile. Like a sweet lasagna is what I would describe it as, which essentially is what it is. What were these? Queso fresco stuffed arepas? Nope, that's not it at all. They're just regular arepas with melted queso. Oh my god, I keep trying to eat with your fork. I'm into the arepa. It's pretty good, actually. I was thinking like maybe it could use like a little drizzle of a sauce or something, but it's pretty good, pretty unoffensive flavor profile. It's very, I mean, it's got that queso fresco taste. Like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like similar to mozzarella, I think, is the closest thing I would describe it as. It's got that taste to it, and the arepa is really nice and nice. Period. That's the end of my sentence. I'm done speaking. This one, this is the queso fresco stuffed arepa. Stuffed is a weird choice of word, considering that it's on top. I don't know. I think whoever made this, maybe they wrote it before they did it. Lord, you are not kidding about this hard arepa.
Yeah, it's bad.
Lord, I don't know that I want to put this in my body.
Do it.
Oh, that was attractive.
That was for you, Internet.
Thank you.
Okay. As difficult as that was to cut, and as weird as I thought that, like, I thought maybe that was going to be spaghetti sauce, and it's definitely more on the cocktail shrimp sauce side of things. I mean, there is shrimp in there, but that blend of like the avocado with the shrimp was actually pretty nice, pretty refreshing. But I am definitely, it needs a better arepa on the bottom of it, because like, why even have it? Why even hear arepa? You're not contributing at all.
Exactly.
All right, and last and finally, the tres leches rice pudding with pumpkin seeds. I am pretty excited about this. I love a tres leches cake, and I like rice pudding, so we'll see what they got here. All right. I think it has too many pumpkin seeds in it, to be honest with you.
I agree, yeah.
Like, the whole idea of the rice pudding has a very specific texture. I think a sprinkle of these on here would be good, but they're all like kind of candied. So you take it and you're like, I'm kind of eating wet candied pumpkin seeds, which should be its own thing, but the flavor profile is good. It's just kind of like the rice pudding tres leches, you know, that cinnamony kind of flavor disappears with the pumpkin seeds. But now coquito, Eli does make homemade coquito. For anybody that doesn't know, Eli is my Puerto Rican partner, so I have a lot of these foods in my house because he's big into the Three Kings Day celebration. This is his flavor profile, and man, is he gonna be mad when he watches this video that he's not here. Okay, this is not great coquito. I'm not saying you're wrong for liking it, but you're kind of wrong for liking it. I'm just kidding.
Well, we don't know what the traditional.
Food just came right out of my mouth.
We don't know what the traditional, way of putting it together is. So.
Well, it's definitely got that taste in there, but coquito's like condensed milk and some other ingredients. I feel like this is missing the condensed milk. It's not overly. It doesn't really have that sweetness edge to it that coquito has. It's got it. It tastes like very watered down coquito. But it could be watered down by the rum, but that's not true because I put a whole handle of rum in the coquito we make at our house. So this is definitely like, this is definitely the Disney-fied coquito, we'll say. But so that looks good. So I would like to move on and try some other stuff. What do you guys say?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. Okay, so our next stop was in Mexico at the Los Posadas Holiday Kitchen, and we got, Tyler, I don't know.
That's the one from Southern California.
Yeah.
We got the enchilada de pollo con mole, so that's this one right here, and we got the tamal de camarón, which is corn stuffed with guajillo, marinated shrimp, topped with mole roja, and shredded cotija cheese. I forgot to say what the first one had in it. It had chipotle chicken in a corn tortilla topped with mole negro and garnished with shredded Oaxaca cheese and sesame seeds. And then here in the middle, we have the Noche Buena Margarita, which is tequila, cranberry, lime juices, agave nectar, topped with lime foam and sprinkles. They neglected to mention the candy cane on top. Yeah? Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
The candy cane is really just for decoration. You're not getting really into that mint flavor in there, but
I definitely smell. I get the mint smell.
yeah, when you take but it's like you get that cranberry peppermint smell when you tip it in there.
You know what? This is really good. I think the lime foam actually gives it a little bit more margarita taste too, actually.
And the sprinkles, even though there's just a little bit, there was a nice little texture I got there on the top. It was very refreshing.
It's funny because that's like, it almost seems like a summer drink.
Yeah.
But it is.
I think it's because it's tart.
Yeah.
You think about that, yeah.
I can't really taste much tequila, and this was rather expensive. It was $12. So There you go, $12 margarita.
for this, and then what is it? It's like 14 for like the full-sized one. So
yeah, I mean, maybe you should get the full size. But it seems like it's a pre-mixed thing, but it's pretty good. And then the other two, sorry, I should have had this a little more prepared.
Katrina can't have either of these, so she gets to hold the camera for this time because unfortunately neither of these are gluten-free, I believe. So,
yeah, it's true. Yeah, and the chicken enchiladas are $6.35, and the shrimp tamal is $6.65. So let's dig in.
This is pretty good. It's a little sweet, but there's like a spice that starts to roll in over your tongue after you give it a second or two. But I like it.
That's really good, actually.
Yeah. It's a good amount of chicken in there too.
Yeah, we had some mole sauce over in California, and it was not that good. This is really tasty. Has the sweetness that you expect from a mole, and then gives you the spiciness.
Yeah.
And then you get the...
I like that. It's given me just the right type of spice I like.
Yeah, it's kind of tingly on your tongue. And then the chicken just is nice and kind of salty, so seasoned well. I like that a lot.
That's a good one. Yeah.
That's good.
All right, here we go. Moment of truth. You go first.
Okay, all right. I'll go first.
So.
I do wish this one had a little more mole on it, but that's just me. I'm a mole kind of fanatic.
I do not.
So.
I think it has the right amount. But I am the opposite end of the spectrum as Tyler. I'm not in love with mole. But as you guys know, if you've watched these vlogs before, that I'm on the spicier side of things, not the sweet side of things, So there's nothing wrong with liking it.
So I cut into the first bite, and like a lot of tamales, there was nothing there, so I just went a little bit deeper, but here we go. I barely see any shrimp in there, but...
This has mole on it again, too. Mole rojo, and I like the cheese, though. I don't hate this one. My issue with this one is we didn't take too long to film these ones like we did the other one. It's not hot.
No, it's very cold, actually, which is kind of a bummer, especially because it has the shrimp inside and everything.
And it makes the tamale very dense.
Yeah, so I'd agree with that.
It's like thicker than bread or something.
I really like the guajillo taste, though, that the shrimp is marinated in. I think that's pretty tasty.
But
there's
cheese.
barely any shrimp in there. Like, you just got like a bite of shrimp, and now there's like nothing left. So.
It's mostly the tamale like tasting.
Yeah.
And like a pinhole of meat in there.
Yeah.
So I don't know. So if you're coming to Mexico, I'd recommend the enchilada over the tamale. But the flavor of the tamale is good. Maybe it can't be like prepared and then sustained.
Honestly, I think the tamale is delicious. I just don't think that it was the proper temperature. So I think if it was hotter, it'd be a lot better. So
I like this margarita though. All right. Onward.
Next.
Buongiorno. I hate myself. I'm sure the Italians do too.
I know. We're about to butcher this language, so we apologize in advance. But so over here at the Italy booth, we ended up getting the cavatappi quattro formaggi, and we ended up getting the mozzarella in Coroza. So this is basically like a 4-cheese pasta with truffle in it right here. And then this is basically kind of like a mozzarella grilled cheese with some tomato soup. So it sounds really good. Also ended up getting a Moretti La Rosa. This is like a double malt beer. It's kind of a...
Can I try it?
Yeah, definitely. Go for it. It's like a darker kind of beer with some caramel notes to it. So I love this beer. Oh,
no,
really? You don't
okay.
like it?
It's okay. It's okay. You said caramel?
Yeah.
Right.
I said caramel.
Well, yeah. I mean, I heard it correctly pronounced as caramel. And I as soon as you said that, I could taste it.
Yeah. So okay, I'm starting off here with the pasta. I'm very excited. This is super duper hot. Last time I got some pasta doing Food and Wine here.
I said like you.
Oh, thank you. Last time I got some pasta at the Food and Wine, it was like cooked perfectly. So I'm hoping it happens again.
The container in this makes me nervous. It feels like it was pre-packaged and they peeled off the top.
I don't think so, actually. I could be wrong. It's really good, really truffly and cheesy, and then the Parmesan on top has this nice like texture, but the pasta is cooked perfectly to me, which is always amazing. Theme park pasta, you expect it to be overcooked. I think it's really good. It's like fancy macaroni and cheese, basically.
I can never have enough truffle sauce.
Yeah.
And there's truffle in there. You know who might like this? Stephen Elizabeth Porter.
Yeah?
Because
he loves
like
mac and cheese.
Fancy mac and cheese. Like the truffle sauce really kicks it up. This one I'm a little more nervous about.
See, but this is just like grilled cheese, basically. Well, it looks like fried.
I don't like tomato soup, though.
Oh, really? Well, you know, I'm not a big fan of tomatoes, really, but tomato soup sometimes does it for me.
You don't like ketchup?
Oh, no, I do not.
You don't like ketchup?
No. Ketchup is the devil's sauce.
What?
Yeah.
I don't. Okay, the part I don't like about this is anywhere where it was touching the sauce, it's clearly been in this sauce for a little bit, so it got super soaked.
They actually did put it in the sauce right when I ordered it, so.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god, it soaked it up real quick.
Yeah, well, that's, you know, but this is like I think they claim it's a soup, but.
What?
No, I'm sorry, it is a tomato sauce, so. Yeah, I was gonna say, this is more of a sauce than a soup, but I think it's really tasty. It is
like the crust on it. The crusting.
Yeah. You can definitely taste that it is just like a deep fried piece of bread with some cheese in the middle. I mean, if you know, and that's not a bad thing necessarily.
I don't know if this is a must stop.
No. I'd agree with that.
Like, it's like what you said. It feels pretty basic. Like,
yeah.
But this might be something fun for like kids who might be a little bit pickier eaters or something like that.
I definitely think it's worth it to come and get the cavatappi though. I think that's really good. Oh, they're both They're both $5.50. No, I'm sorry. They're both $8.
Wow, that was a big jump.
I know, they're both $8. So actually $8 for this I don't think is a good deal now that I'm thinking about it. But this was $5.50. That's why I said $5.50. And you know, $5.50 for this amount of beer, not that much beer. Still, I like this beer a lot, so I went for it.
Yeah, my recommendation at the booth was the truffle.
Definitely.
Yeah. Onward. So we are in the America Pavilion, and we are at the American Holiday Table, and we got the Shipyard Eggnog White Porter, which I was super excited about.
No relation to Steve Porter.
No relation, yeah. It says it's a coffee porter, which I like on the handle, but not in the description, so I don't know.
It doesn't look like it is, like just from the color, but it must be. I mean, I'm not going to tell them they're liars, but.
I mean, it's got that porter, like, flavor to it, but you can definitely get eggnog. I will say this year it doesn't feel like it's quite like last year it definitely had that sugar cookie eggnog taste to it, and I don't feel like it's as strong this year.
Let me give it a little sippy sip.
Preface this, Tyler hates eggnog. I like it. It gives me eggnog breath.
Yeah, I actually don't think this is bad. I remember not really liking it last year, I think, when I tried it. I'm pretty sure we tried it last year, but...
It feels like it's a little less on the sweeter side in this batch. You know, it's obviously a whole new batch than it was last year.
So what I like about it is actually it's got like bitter notes up front, and then you taste the sweetness when you kind of bring it to the back of your palate. So
it's not overly sweet though.
No, and I actually like it more than I thought I would. It's still a little sweet for me, but speaking of sweet, we ended up also getting this chocolate pecan tart.
Yes, whipped cream with a whiskey caramel sauce.
Oh, I didn't know it was whiskey caramel
sauce. It was
sauce.
Also $4.50.
So this looks exciting to me. I think probably my favorite holiday dessert is pecan pie. Pecan pie.
I think probably my least favorite holiday dessert is pecan pie.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't think I like...
Did I make this up? Are you not a chocolate guy either?
No.
So you're not gonna like this at all, so.
I don't know. I think last year I might have. That's why I was like, you know what, I'll give it a whirl.
Oh. I think that's really good. I don't think they heated them up last year, and this year they were keeping them hot, and I think that really helps a lot. It's really
It actually is pretty good.
Yeah, it's surprisingly tasty.
The whipped cream with like the caramel sauce on it is tasty. I actually, for $4.50 too, I feel like it's a pretty decent portion of this.
Yeah, and it's great because it has I love desserts that have like a temperature juxtaposition. Like, it's got cold and warm at the same time, and so to me that's really good. The cold whipped cream with the warm pie. I just think that adds another layer to it. So this I actually highly suggest. I wasn't so sure last year, but this year I think this is fantastic.
Yeah, so. It's actually pretty good. So I'll give this one a thumbs up too.
Cool.
It's not overly chocolatey. It's definitely on the rich side, but I think it's a good shareable dessert.
Definitely.
We are done with Festival of the Holidays. I think we've eaten more than I anticipated, so I'm a little full, to be honest.
I'm very full. Yeah.
Katrina?
Yeah, I got super full on that first booth, and then I didn't want to eat anything else.
Now don't we feel like holiday hams for eating more than she did? Boom. See what I did there? It was a well-themed insult. I'm a little, like, the eggnog beer, I feel like wasn't as eggnoggy as I wanted it to be. I didn't dislike it as much as I wanted to this year, but that was the thing I was really looking forward to. Overall, I thought the dishes were good. I feel like there's some things showing up that feel like they're almost recycled from Food and Wine.
Yeah.
But nothing necessarily that we had today, I don't think. What do you think, Tyler and Katrina? Overall, like, what was the experience today for you?
I mean, I personally think that a lot of the flavors were really tasty, and there was a lot of great ideas. For the most part, they just weren't warm enough, or they seemed like they were kind of sitting around for too long, I guess, or a lot of them.
And I wonder if that has to do with it being like, it didn't seem like any of the lines were super long, so maybe they like over prepared them for today or something like that. But
I mean, I think that everything was pretty good, but I think that everything also has a better version of its. Like, you'll come on a busier day and maybe it'll be better, you know?
Yeah.
That's true.
I think that's kind of a given at Disney sometimes. Consistency is not always the name of the game at these events, especially at the bigger, more popular events. Tyler loves this song. I enjoyed it overall. I mean, it's hard because it's different than Food and Wine, because Food and Wine, you're kind of trying to get a taste of, you know, different, more unique dishes that we don't carry in Epcot normally, and from countries that aren't normally represented here. And then that's kind of the same idea for this, but it's a little different because you have that, like, your version of a holiday dish in your head. So when another culture has a different version, or it doesn't look anything like yours, you kind of are like, is this actually a holiday? Yeah, you know. So
what was your favorite? Go.
I actually really, I think I enjoyed the enchilada at the Mexico stop the most.
Really?
Yeah, I think because I like spice, and I thought that was good, and honestly, like, that's the one I'm kind of thinking about the most. I liked the Feast of Kings stop. I don't know if there was anything in there that I would like come back and be like, oh, I need to have that again or anything. But
Katrina?
What about you guys?
I liked the arepas without the sauces or anything on it. One with the shrimp. If that was hotter, that would be my go-to.
Arepa inside of it?
Yeah. And then for me, I think my favorite was the cavatappi, the truffle pasta.
The fancy mac and cheese.
Yeah, fancy mac and cheese. So come on down, Steve Porter, get yourself some fancy mac and cheese.
That is a challenge. It sounds like he's being called out. But you know, if you're watching this video out there, you'll have to let us know if you've been to the Festival of Holidays and what your favorite dish was. We might have missed it. Please, in the comments below, let us know. Obviously, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. You know, if you like the content that comes out of here, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Click the little bell, and that'll let you know when we post content such as this, shows, all that jazz out there. But, well, thank you guys for walking around with me today and stuffing our faces.
It was a good day. We had fun.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good, I think. So I know there's more items to try here that we didn't get, so I look forward to our next trip when I'm not with these two. I'm just kidding. You won't be here because you got to go home eventually, but
I was going to try to
yeah. There is some poutine out there that we were told explicitly by Craig not to eat.
Yeah, even though that's what I wanted.
Yeah.
Like, oh, the poutine.
We literally flipped through the menu, and I was like, that looks like a pretty cool item. And, and we were all like, oh, we're not allowed.
So you're welcome, Craig. You're welcome.
So we will be back and getting more. So thank you guys for watching.
Bye.
Happy holidays.